Ellen McCauley at Pray It Up in Syracuse, New York. It's Advent. And one of the things I read today, it's not in your packet. Let me just listen to this. It was a description of Advent that I absolutely love, so I printed it out. Advent is far more than just preparation for Christmas. It has beauty and inspiration in its own right. It's a fresh start, an invitation to enter into the silence and the mystery of whatever is waiting to be born or reborn in our lives. It's also an invitation to slow down at one of the busiest seasons of the year, to come away to the quiet at the very time our daily lives are immersed in wrapping, shopping, parties, baking, cleaning. It's a reminder that the promise of Christ is already, but not yet. And that is the beauty of our Catholic faith, is that every Advent we live in anticipation for the birth of Christ. It is a beautiful time. And I want to also mention that I started out the packet with an article entitled Inner Warfare, and St. Paul saying, "For I do not do the good I want, but I do the evil I do not want." And when someone says to you, "Do you want a piece of pumpkin pie or apple pie?" and you say, "I'll have both," that is a little bit of doing maybe the evil you don't want to do. And I love the Native American story that this writer shares, which I've heard very frequently. You know, one wolf lives inside of us, and he says, be kind to sick people and choose friends that will do the same. And the bad wolf says, let's just disobey and do mean things to people. And the one who lives is the one we feed. So if we try to feed ourselves over the next 4 weeks, I'm not saying you can't have a Christmas cookie, but when you belly up to the tray and you just start going, this is where we need to reel it in. We need to make smart choices. We struggle sometimes to do that because we say to ourselves, I've been doing the right thing. I deserve a little fun. I deserve it. And if we see food as fun, and many of us do, most Americans do, food and drink, fun. We just have to keep our sanity through it all. And one of the things that I think will help us keep our sanity is if one of the Advent gifts we give ourselves and give God is the gift of silent prayer. My mind never shuts off. It never shuts off. I go a million miles an hour. People always say, I can't believe you're 1 pound overweight, Ellen. I never saw anyone go. It's just my personality. I'm like this. I'm always at this speed. People go, is she like that at home? And Bob's like, yeah. You think I'm a lump at home just going, hi, Mom, hi, yeah, I can't talk. I'm really tired. This is me. But my mind never shuts off. And I think I'm in charge. I think I'm in charge of life. You know, Vince is in the air, he's flying on Thanksgiving, the weather's bad, and I'm like, I'm not in charge. The gift I can give myself is silent prayer. Because day to day, I get tricked into believing that my daily tasks, my obstacles, and my struggles are bigger than they really are. God is in charge and life is mysterious. Let's think about that. God is in charge and life is mysterious. Isn't it? Isn't it mysterious? And I don't know about you guys, but the McCauley family's had a rough couple of weeks. I told you 2 weeks ago, my brother-in-law had a heart attack, and then his grandson, my niece's little baby, got rushed to Golisano, was in intensive care for 4 or 5 days. We were all up there, and I said, Lord, I love life and all its meaning, but take me. Take me before you take my children or my grandchildren. And I meant it. And he's great. He's doing better. He had pneumonia to collapse lung. He's great. Then as soon as we were like, okay, we had a good Thanksgiving, my mother gets rushed to the hospital on Monday. Pneumonia just hit her overnight. But she's doing great. She's 1,000,000% better. The IVs are working. The only weapon we have is prayer. And sometimes our prayers aren't answered. And that's the hard part. And when they are, we have to say, praise you, Jesus Christ. And when they aren't answered, we have to say, life is mysterious. I don't get this. It upsets me. But Jesus, I trust in you. He wants us to go into deeper prayer. If we're reading the Bible, he wants to imagine us, have ourselves be in there. We're the shepherds. We're at the manger. Imagine that. Wouldn't you want to grab that baby? Women, wouldn't you want to pick that baby up? Wouldn't you want to pick Jesus up and just hug him and kiss him and smell him and that baby smell? I don't know. Mary'd be shoving me out of the way. I think I'd be in there wanting to touch that baby. One of the things about putting yourself in the Bible stories is that is a form of silent prayer. And silent prayer sometimes isn't that silent. What it is, it's committed and you're there. And I think prayer really helps with holiday depression. Because I don't know about you, but I get a little depressed at Christmas. I get a little depressed. I think about the kids when they were little and everybody around the tree. And I think about how when we were all there, I can go down right now and I'm going to lift myself back up. Because it's different. It's changed. That's what life is. And we just have to go forward. But I don't know if you're with me on this. Sometimes it's hard. But you know, one thing that has helped me is really concentrating on the real meaning of Christmas. Going to church, praising God, making sure I go to confession during Advent. Being present and accepting helps with the holiday depression. You know, this is our life. It is now. God didn't give us our children to stay there forever, although some people tell me their kids are still there and they're 50. And they want them to go, but they won't, okay? We need to accept people as they are and give them space. Everyone's got their own idiosyncrasies. So if one of your family members has a habit of clearing their throat and they're going, and you think to yourself, if they clear their throat one more time, I'm going to take a butcher knife and I'm going to slit their throat. If you think that, that's not very Christian, number one. Number two, what you do is you say, I love it when they clear their throat. It reminds me that they're here and they're present. Someday I wish they were here to clear their throat. You have to accept people where they are and give them space. You also have to visualize where you want to be. I'm not at the weight I want to be right now. I'm thinking already to session 25 and I'm recharging myself. I also want to talk about embracing the diversity. I have a lot of friends who are Jewish. I love hearing about Hanukkah. I love it. I love the dreidel song. I love hearing about different cultures. I like volunteering during Christmas and helping out. You know, the Holy Family has giving trees, and it's so much fun to take some of those tags. Eating properly. There are a lot of boring days. December 6th, Friday, December 6th. I don't know. I'm not going to a party tomorrow. Anyone got a party tomorrow, December 6th? Oh, one person does. Another person does. Well, I don't. So do I need to eat like I'm going to a party when I'm not going to a party? You pick your battles. December 6th is a very boring day for me, personally, so I will eat boringly so that I can save some calories for when I do go to a party. And just because it's December does not mean we can't exercise. Did someone say to you, I'm sorry, you can't exercise in December? It's against the rules. No, it is not against the rules. You can enjoy the holidays, you can enjoy life, you can pick your battles. Stopping right there, Bob.